here we are. This is the freezer. Among all of my dad's questionable food, I think a lot of this is bad. We've got 5 boxes of gold 120. I bought this right before Kodak raised the prices on gold because I noticed everybody was sold out of gold except one store that restocked, and it was like they had raised the price $6 a box. As soon as B&H restocked, they were still at the old price. Shut up. So I went and I bought a bunch of boxes. Then I've got 1 roll of Fuji. This is actually PN 400. This is expired. This was my first roll of expired film I bought on purpose. Then I've got 3 more rolls of old expired Fuji Superia 400 in here. Very excited to shoot those this summer. I don't know if I'll do a big trip. I have to do like a test roll first and then use the other 2 on a trip, I think. So that's what I've got. I've got a lot of film. My relationship with hobbies can be weird sometimes. I can get a little too excited about things, buy a little bit too much film. You get my drift, but the nice thing is that this will never limit me. And I'm also never going to be in a position where I'm like, oh man, I don't have a roll of Cinestill 800T. I can't pull this idea off, if that makes sense. I have a lot on hand. And I have some trips planned that I'm planning to use this film on. Would I recommend everybody having this amount of film? No, I kind of went crazy and I realized that, but it's fun, it's part of the hobby, and my idea behind having this much film is I already bought it, I might as well take pictures with it. Now that I'm recording this video, I'm realizing I'll usually only take pictures on a trip or if I'm hanging out with like a friend to do pictures, and I don't take enough of my daily life, so I think I'm gonna have to start doing that. Might have to pick up a point and shoot, or even just take my Canon Elan, or maybe even the Mamiya. It's just not something I want to leave in the car, during the hot or the cold. So I'm gonna have to figure stuff out so I can take stuff with me and hopefully get through some of this film, because I was talking to a buddy the other day and I realized I don't totally know what film I like and what film I don't like yet. And that's because I am still technically inexperienced. Anyways, with all that being said, I'm going to jump over to my film fridge in my film studio room thing, and we're going to look at the film I have there. Let's get this video over with. We're going to kind of rush through it. Right off the bat, we're going to start with the top. I've got 2 rolls of Phoenix 200 on the 120. This is for me. This one's for my buddy Mike. We're going to shoot it together. If you guys remember from my Dallas video, I shot a roll of Fujifilm 400 that was expired a long time ago. It actually has a thing up here. It says 2002 Japan World Cup for soccer. My buddy Dom has one that says something like 2000 Olympics or something very similar. I gave him the other box for Christmas. Got these on eBay. Shot the 1 roll at 400 because I expect too much and was really disappointed. So the next roll is going to be shot at 200, probably on a sunny day. If I'm inside, 100. That's in a bag with all of my other expired Fuji film. In this bag, I have 3 rolls of expired Fuji 200, and this is from 2010. So this is maybe a little bit more reliable than that other Fuji I was just touching. And then we've got a bag. It's a 4-pack. There's actually a little bit of mold on top of these containers, but this is Fuji Color Super HQ 200. It doesn't have a date on here of when it expired, but this stuff is old because it's old Fujifilm, and Fuji doesn't really make film anymore. And the film that Fuji does make is questionably Fuji. I've got this point and shoot. It's a black and white point and shoot I got on sale at Reformed Film Lab. If you use the link in the description or on my website, you can actually get $10 off any order, and I'll get $10 back too. I'm not affiliated, it's just kind of like a cool film rewards thing. Speaking of Reformed Film Lab, I bought some 100D from them a while ago. My very, very first video on this YouTube channel is actually me using this film in a blizzard and absolutely hating it because I didn't understand anything about film back then. It didn't come out right because I did stuff wrong. I've also got some Lomo purple. This stuff is expired. I bought this in 2019 when I went away to college. I thought it'd be cool, never got around to trying it. It's 6 years old now. I don't know if we'll ever get to it, honestly. I've learned I'm not a big fan of color shift films. I really prefer just warm, dreamy scenes and not really purple stuff. If I ever try and do a project where I'm capturing nightmares, though, I'll probably turn to this stuff and try and make it look like the Upside Down in Stranger Things. In that same batch, we have some Wolfen NC500. This is another roll of film I bought, and then I looked up, like, what do these images look like, and wasn't a fan. So that stuff's probably expired. Sitting behind that, we have some 400 TX. This stuff has been loaded into my camera and then brought out and loaded and brought out a couple times, and I never really shot any pictures on it. Oh, my bad. This is actually T-Max P3200. This stuff's also from 2019. Are you guys noticing a theme? I will buy film and then not actually touch it. In Christmas 2024, I was gifted 3 rolls of Fuji 200, the newer stuff, from my mom. Never really got around to shooting that because I haven't experimented a lot with Fuji at all, actually. A roll of Kodak Ultramax. To date, my video, Ultramax Overexposed, is my most popular video. It's also the video I hated working on the most. And I mentioned that several times through the video, how I will never shoot Ultramax again. Guess what? They sell them in 3-packs. I never shot that 3rd roll of film. Maybe we'll have to run it back. I've got 3 rolls of Color Plus 200 that I bought in the summer. This was right before I went out west. That video, we'll see if you ever see it. I took this with me just in case I wanted some 200 color speed film. Never really used it. On that trip, I ended up using a lot of Ektar, a lot of Portra, a lot of gold, and a little bit of Cinestill. I took a little bit of each Cinestill and got to kind of test the waters. I've got 1 roll of Ektar 100 and 2 rolls of Kodak Gold. And then I've got this. I was at a yard sale in the summer, and for $5 I got a point and shoot camera that I can't use because I don't have the right batteries for it, but inside of it there was this little 200 speed roll of Kodak Gold. This is old gold. Old gold. This isn't the new stuff. 24 exposure, definitely expired. I've been meaning to get around to shooting it. But it's also hard because what kind of a film test can I do if I only have 1 roll of film and then I don't have anything to compare it with? So when I was first getting into film, I didn't have a whole lot of money to be spending on it. I literally had no income in 2019 when I went away to school. And I started buying a lot of Kodak Pro Image 100 because it was the cheapest stuff. It was like $6 a roll at the time. I would shoot a little bit, buy a box, shoot a little bit, buy a box. Well, I bought a box before I went out west, I believe, or this might even be older. And I only shot 1 roll, and I've still got this stuff because I have something in my eye. I really like Pro Image. It just makes my pictures feel like they might be in a magazine when I'm looking at them. I don't know if that fits the vibe, but it just kind of gives it that look almost like it was printed on paper and then scanned in. Of my cheaper Kodak films, I'd say that's my favorite after probably gold. I've got 1 roll of Portra 160. I've got 3 rolls of Portra 400. So now I've got 3 rolls of Cinestill 50D. This stuff is unboxed. This stuff went out west with me on my road trip. Expiration kind of ripped off, but I believe this was short dated when I bought it. So this stuff might be expired Cine 50. I came to realize I'm just not a big Cine 50 guy. I really like 800. I really like Cinestill 400. The thing with 400 is that when I shoot it, my images will either surprise me in the best way or the worst way. So most of my portfolio shots, my favorite ones, are usually shot on Cinestill 400D if it's a 35mm shot. However, those same shots are from the same rolls where I hated all the other pictures. We've got a roll of Cinestill 800T. I've been dying to shoot some Cinestill 800 this winter, and just every time there's a beautiful scene, I don't have a camera. When I do have a camera, it's not beautiful or it doesn't work. Here's an off-brand roll of Cinestill 800T from the Reflex RFLX Labs. And now I will get to my 120 stuff, because that's what gets views, and honestly that's what I prefer shooting more now. Since I bought my Mamiya, I have barely even touched any 35mm, which is awful because I've got so much and it's all going to go to waste if I don't use it. So we've got a whole box of Portra 800 here. We've also got a whole box of Gold 200. I write the date and where I bought it from in what batch on this. And then we've got a box that has we've got 2 rolls of expired Portra 800. If you guys watch the Keweenaw off-roading film photography adventure video, I was shooting that Portra 800 for a lot of the trip. I have 2 rolls left. I shot 3 on that trip. I've also got some expired Ektar, actually this isn't expired. I've got some Ektar 100, I've got a roll of Portra 160 and a roll of Portra 400, and I bought these individually to test them out. Didn't get around to it yet. A loose roll of expired Ektar 100, and then recently I bought a bunch of Cinestill and forgot about it. So I've got 5 rolls of Cinestill 400D, I've got 3 rolls of Cinestill 800, I've got 1 roll of Cinestill 50D. In my bedroom I have another roll of Cinestill 400D, and I also have a roll of Cinestill 800D. I should probably move some of this stuff to long-term storage just because I haven't really shot a lot of film this winter. I think keeping it in the fridge is a good idea for now though. Yo, it's Future Matthew. I got some more film. I got 3 rolls of Cinestill 800T. I got 2 rolls of Portra 800 and 2 rolls of Cinestill Tungsten 800. I also got this cool Pokemon card. Like and follow and subscribe so I can get more. And I will probably be shooting some of this on a trip towards the end of March. A lot of Cinestill. Very excited for that one.